Pig Podcast was in the top 20% most shared globally. And today there are listeners from 28 different countries tuning in. Isn't that mind-blowing? For today's episode, I wanted to share some achievements with you from the podcast and some comments that people have sent me about how the podcast is impacting them. Welcome to the Productive Introvert Community Podcast, helping ambitious introverts who feel deep down that they can add more value to the world to really thrive in their work. I'm Mariela Franker, and I'll be sharing what I'm learning as an introverted entrepreneur, a natural productivity coach, and a mom while I build my business online and take care of my family and myself. In this podcast, you'll learn the mindset and the practical steps to naturally increase the impact of your work while making space for your unique strengths as an introvert. I'm releasing this episode one day earlier than usual because today, July 6th, is officially the 1-year anniversary of Productive Introvert Community Podcast. Release the butterflies. Yes! That's my confetti. I don't like to clean up after. There is so much to celebrate. And we are actually, I realized that the other day that we're only halfway through the year. It feels like it's much further along, doesn't it? But we are like right at, not even at the halfway point, I think. I didn't do the calculation, but we still have half a year left. I am super proud that we made it to 1 year of Productive Introvert Community Podcast. Thank you all for supporting the podcast over the past year. It's incredibly motivating to hear from you about the insights that you're getting from the podcast and that it's helping you to know that nothing is wrong with you. That's the comment that I get most often when people reach out to me is they find so much recognition in the things that I share from my personal stories and from the clients that have been so generous to share with me as well. And that knowledge, that recognition, knowing nothing is wrong with you and to feel a little bit less alone, right? Honestly, that's the main reason why I do the podcast and why I do what I do, actually, why I decided to get into coaching, because there is just too many people walking around feeling like there's something wrong with them and that they're doing life wrong. You know, that feeling like something isn't right and it's just not clicking. I used to feel like that a lot. I struggled with depression for years because I felt, in a word, unfit for this world. So knowing that a podcast is helping you to know that nothing is wrong with you for being the way you are, that's very humbling and incredibly motivating to me. So thank you all for sharing your thoughts and your stories with me. Please continue to share. Like I mentioned, I don't always have the space to reply to every single comment, but I do try to read as many of them as I possibly can. And you are definitely helping me, and I think also the other people reading along to feel a little bit less alone. So for today's episode, I wanted to share some achievements with you from the podcast and some comments that people have sent me about how the podcast is impacting them. These are from YouTube. Here's a comment from Andre R316. When we were talking about the feeling that you're not disciplined enough. I agree. Usually when people talk about discipline, they say it's something they don't want to do, but in reality, it's something that they strive for and really want to do. Having self-discipline can be fun. You just have to love what you do and do it for love. Great video, Mariela. Love your channel. I love the way that you phrase that. Love what you do and do it for love. Thank you, Andre. R316. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Please forgive me if I'm not. Here's another comment from Awesome Peace. Wow, thank you for sharing on this subject. It's good to know that I am not alone. I will subscribe to your channel. May God bless you. And the same to you, Awesome Peace. Thank you for sharing. And the final one I'll share with you is a comment from Elaine Gallagher, 2949. I really thought I was a bad person. I'm very introverted and sometimes I get grumpy with my 17-year-old son or husband in the evenings when I get home from work. I'm really bad. I need alone time a lot. I love to read and be creative. I love walking, only by myself or with my son. I thought I was a bad person. Thank you so much for this. It means a lot. Thank you, Elaine, for sharing. Thank you, Elaine, for sharing your thoughts on this. And I think a lot of us recognize feeling like a bad person when you're just making space for your own energy needs. It does not make you a bad person. And I'm very grateful to all of you for sharing with me, and that the content that I'm sharing with you on the podcast is helping you to find a little bit more of love and acceptance for yourself. All the people who I didn't mention, there are so many more people who shared beautiful comments and valuable reactions. All the people who have been helping me out behind the scenes, giving me feedback on the Habit Style quiz. Thank you so much for being in this community. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. In December last year, Spotify sent me Spotify Wrapped, and it had some achievements in there about the podcast that were really, really great to see and that I wanted to share with you as well. So these are a little bit outdated because they're from about 6 months ago, and it's only from Spotify, not like Apple Podcasts or YouTube or any of the other places. But I wanted to share it with you anyway, just to give you a little glimpse of what you're helping the podcast to grow into and to become. December last year, there were 346 minutes of content. Now that's probably doubled almost. And that amount of content meant that Pick Podcast had more content than 76% of other creators in the business category last year. That is amazing. More importantly, Pick Podcast was in the top 20% most shared globally. And today there are listeners from 28 different countries tuning in. Isn't that mind-blowing? And the thing I love the most, what type of people are tuning in? Well, people like you and me, from so many countries, so many backgrounds, all different. But there was one thing that most people in the Pick community have in common, and that kind of ties us all together. Spotify dubbed us the devoted. And I loved reading that. What it means in podcast terms is that you came back over and over to episodes that you loved, and as soon as a new episode comes out, you're on it. And what that means to me in a community sense, it's exactly how I experience when I have direct contact with people in the Pick community, and what I see in my clients in the coaching programs. Amazingly open and caring people who have this eagerness to learn. Incredibly big-hearted people who are really driven by meaning and connection and very devoted to the people and the commitments that they make in their life. I wanted to raise a glass and it's like 9:30 a.m. right now, so I have a smoothie. I'm gonna raise this smoothie to all of you, to the listeners of the podcast. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for supporting the podcast through its first year, its infant year, and for being the devoted, big-hearted people who are driven to improve not only your life, but also the life of the people around you. Cheers. This is awkward, but this is a delicious ginger and strawberry smoothie, and I am definitely enjoying it. And it's making me feel warm and fuzzy and really happy inside. I'm gonna have some more. It's really good. So in celebration of the 1-year anniversary of the podcast, today is the last day that you can enter the giveaway to win your free and completely customized Habit Style Starter Kit. Click on the link in the description and it will take you to a page where you can enter to win the giveaway. It's a completely new kit that I'm developing, and I have been developing for the past, let's say, about a year, with the help of some amazing Pick community members that have been helping me in the background to test and give me very, very valuable feedback on the starter kit and the quiz that will help you to reveal your habit style. If this is the first time you're tuning in and you don't know what I'm talking about, your habit style is kind of like a blueprint that can help you to understand why certain habits and productivity techniques work for you and why others don't. And it makes it easier to make changes in your life that you want to see without feeling like you have to force yourself to do things. Everyone has a different style, and once you understand your style, it makes the process of habit building much easier. So today is the last day that you can enter to win a free Habit Style Starter Kit. The kit includes a quiz to reveal your habit style, a detailed description of your style, and a video that's customized to your style. And finally, a worksheet with one key habit that can help you to make the most of your style. We have about 10 names in the hat right now. Click on the link in the description that will take you to a simple Google form to enter the giveaway. And good luck. I hope that your name comes out of my hat. I will announce the winner of the giveaway next week. And next week will also be the last episode of this season of the podcast. Last week, I shared with you that I've decided to take a long summer break and to turn the podcast into a seasonal one. I'll link to that episode in the description as well if you want to know how that came to be and why I made that decision. And I'll be back in the second week of September. So, am I forgetting anything? No, I think that's it. I think we're good, right? We're good. Yes. Enter the giveaway, and thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for everything. Thank you for hanging out with me. Let's talk again next week. Thank you for listening to the Productive Introvert Community Podcast. If you're an introverted entrepreneur and you're ready to thrive in your own way, then connect with me on thefrankermessage.com/contact.